street vendors, street stalls, street meat. I'm pretty street myself. I'm Mo Rocca, and this is Street Food on Foodography. In this hour, diesel-powered lunch, giant street burgers, and more food on sticks than you can shake another stick at. And in New York's Little Italy, there's the famous feast day of San Gennaro, a tradition that immigrants from Naples brought from the old country. But where does our love affair with outdoor eating come from? Street food's history in America is something that Jane Ziegelman, a historian at the Tenement Museum in New York City, has studied. By researching the lives of early immigrants in New York, Jane has discovered the role they played in outdoor markets and street food.
We're here right now in 97 Orchard, the home of the Lower East Side Tenement Museum. The heart of the museum are these restored apartments. We're standing in one right now. Each one looks at the life of a different family that came to America at a different period. Around 1850, immigrants from Germany, Ireland, and Eastern Europe, and Italy began to arrive in great numbers. And these people really changed the way we eat in the United States. Before 1800, when New Yorkers bought their groceries, they went to indoor public markets. There weren't food sellers on the streets. By about 1886, you would see these push carts scattered around the Lower East Side. They sold fruits and vegetables and fish and bread. Some of the streets were really crowded with push carts. The street we're on now, Orchard Street, was one of them. This was sort of the main drag of the Jewish push cart market. One cart that may seem strange from a modern perspective was the oyster cart. Oysters were at one time extremely plentiful and therefore extremely cheap, which is what every good street food needs to be. The real king of the food cart scene was the hot dog vendor. The Germans brought over all of their knockwursts and bratwursts, but also their Frankfurter, which is the one sausage that Americans really focused on. And already by the 1860s, we began to see vendors on the street selling their hot sausages. Interestingly, those first vendors did not include a bun. So customers received their sausage on a kind of communal plate. But around 1870, Charles Feltman, a Coney Island hot dog man, had the idea of serving his hot dogs on a bun so that customers could walk up and down the boardwalk with their hot dog. And once the hot dog met the bun, you know, the rest was history.
In 1905, there were 4,000 push carts in New York City, 2,500 of those on the Lower East Side alone. Where did they all go? The pushcart markets were officially shut down in 1939 to clean up the city for the New York World's Fair. There is nothing like a gourmet meal on the go with a 140-character limit. Let's tweet this truck. Sure, food carts and trucks are highly visible and mobile, but how exactly is a chef supposed to let his customers know where he'll be parking his grill for the day? Author and historian Jane Ziegelman has an interesting perspective on that very question.
You were a pushcart vendor in 1899. Your main source of advertising was your mouth. You were basically shouting all day to shoppers trying to attract their attention. Well, we've come a long way. The new advertising technology for these high-end food carts is Twitter. So you can follow your favorite food cart by Twitter, see where they're parked today, and buy your cupcake from your cupcake cart. high technology has met this really kind of old-fashioned form of food selling, and they found a kind of nice match with each other.